The function of an enzyme is to speed up a chemical reaction. Enzymes are organic protein catalysts that affect the speed of chemical reactions without being used up themselves. A 1 kilogram mass dropped from a height of 1 meter. Its kinetic energy just before it hits the ground is about 10 joules. Gravitational potential energy is converted to kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to the mass of the object, m, times the force of gravity, g, times the object's height, h. Thus, m by g by h equals 1 kilogram by 9.8 meters over 1 second by 1 meter equals 9.8 or approximately 10 joules. The DNA of a cell is found mainly in its chromosomes. Chromosomes are composed of DNA and protein and are usually found in the nucleus of the cell. The acid, known as DNA for short, is in essence the blueprint of an organism's genetic makeup. Chromosomes are single pieces of coiled DNA containing many genes, regulatory elements, and DNA-bound proteins, which help package the DNA and control its functions. Most cells without a cell wall also lack chloroplasts. The cell wall, mainly composed of cellulose, is an important characteristic of plant cells, but not animal cells. Chloroplasts contain energy accumulating pigments and are found only in plants. The cells that can easily be scraped from the lining of the mouth make up epithelial tissue. Epithelial cells make up the skin, as well as the inner lining of many organs. The end product of protein digestion consists of amino acids. Proteins are synthesized from a variety of amino acid building blocks. Digestion breaks down the complex protein structures. Blood circulation from the lungs goes directly to the heart. The pulmonary circulation returns oxygenated blood from the lungs through the pulmonary veins to the left atrium of the heart. The glucose content of the blood is regulated by insulin and adrenaline. The relative concentration of glucose is maintained by the combined action of insulin from the pancreas and the adrenaline from the adrenal medulla. The ocean current that extends from Florida across the Atlantic Ocean to Europe is the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is a powerful, warm, swift Atlantic current that originates in the Gulf of Mexico, moves through the Straits of Florida, and follows the eastern coastlines of the United States and Newfoundland before crossing the Atlantic Ocean, where it splits in two. The northern stream crosses to northern Europe, and the southern stream recirculates off West Africa. The Gulf Stream influences the climate of the east coast of North America and the west coast of Europe. The member of the solar system with the shortest period of solar revolution is Mercury. The planet Mercury orbits the Sun in 88 days and is about 36 million miles from the Sun. Jupiter takes almost 12 years to revolve around the Sun because it is about 483 million miles from it. Io is one of Jupiter's moons and therefore revolves around Jupiter. Halley's Comet takes 75 to 76 years to make its long elliptical orbit around the Sun. The type of meteorological system with the highest velocity winds is the tornado. Tornado wind velocities have been measured at more than 250 miles per hour. A 120 volt electrical power supply produces 2 amperes to the load. The power delivered is 240 watts. Power equals voltage by current equals 120 volts by 2 amps equaling 240 watts. Frictional forces usually do not increase potential energy. A frictional force will tend to oppose motion, slow and moving object down and produce wear between contracting surfaces. A magnifying glass is what kind of lens used on objects how far away? A magnifying glass is a convex lens used closer than one focal length away from an object. An object held closer than one focal length from a convex lens will produce a magnified image. A typical magnifying glass might have a focal length of about 10 inches. The mass of 1 cubic meter of water is approximately 1,000 kilograms. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Therefore, 1 cubic meter equals 1 million cubic centimeters. Since each cubic centimeter has a mass of 1 gram, the approximate total mass of 1 cubic meter of water is 1,000 kilograms.